Hey, what is up, Reds? Welcome to another post-match analysis live. All right, I figured we'd do another live video. Despite a little bit of a boring first half or frustrating first half, I should say, the boys came out in the second half and they played really well. I'll give it to them. How about Curtis Jones too? My boy Curtis Jones coming on, getting a goal. Man, you gotta be happy for the kid, guys. So let's get into a little bit of the stats today. All right. So let me see here. Share my screen with y'all. Here we go. All right. And so if we look at these here, all right, I mean, Liverpool dominated possession that whole game. Aston Villa, you could definitely see it. We're kind of deadly on the counterattack, or not deadly, but they had some chances where I was kind of shaky. Allison had to make some good saves. But 73% possession for us, 27 for Aston Villa. 3 shots on target to their 2. That first half was a rough one to watch. It just seemed like our passes were off. We really couldn't create anything. But then once Henderson came in and we saw Firmino and Mane linking up, we really created. Like, Henderson pushed the pace once he came in, and that's really what we needed. We needed to dictate the tempo of the game. Shots, Aston Villa had 7 shots to our 5. 750 touches for us to Aston Villa's 386. Now, what's crazy is this game, you look at the game against Man City, the stats were even, but we got killed 4-0, right? But then you look at this game and it was obvious to tell that we were on the front foot. But if you watch the first half, you didn't really feel that way. But anyway, 609 passes for Liverpool to Aston Villa's 216. Tackles pretty even. We had 7, they had 6. 23 clearances for Aston Villa, 15 for us. 6 corners to 4 corners for Aston Villa. I'm not going to lie. Aston Villa played half decent. I'm not going to say they played bad. They had some points where they were definitely controlling the ball. It wasn't like they were just trying to counterattack. It was more so like they were focused on actually getting a goal and not so much just absorbing pressure. They looked pretty good, and they weren't. Some points they looked like they were in a 4-5-1, but they were in a 4-3-3. It looked like most of the game, at least from what I was watching. So again, they had 5 offsides. We had none. 1 yellow card apiece, and 18 fouls conceded for Liverpool and 8 for Aston Villa. Now, for me, man, the front, like I was saying in the first half, Mane, I got some notes here. Like, Mane was making great runs, but Salah was over dribbling, making bad passes, giving the ball up. We were letting them press us, and they would press, win the ball back, and then go on the counter. And it just seemed like that was a reoccurring theme. Like, we saw some bad passes from Origi. We saw a bunch of bad passes from Chamberlain. But no one really played bad. We were just off the pace in the first half. And that's why the first half was a little frustrating, at least for me. So if we're looking at it from that standpoint, the first half was frustrating. But then the second half comes out as a different team. Our passes were on. The first goal was beautiful. Trent's goal, beautiful, finding the path over to Keita and then Keita to Mane. Picture perfect. I mean, exactly what you were looking for from Trent from the whole game, pretty much, because his crosses weren't quite there. Mings was pretty much clearing everything. I think Mings controlled Salah over there pretty well. He's a good player. He's a good player. But additionally, Origi's hold-up play at the beginning, before they swapped Origi to the wing, when he was playing in the middle and Mane was on the wing, his hold-up play wasn't half bad. But the problem we had in the first half, there was no movement from Origi. You saw when Firmino came on, Firmino was dropping deep, and there was an immediately these players started creating more chances, and our pace was picked up because of Henderson. Whereas in the first half, you look at, like I said, Origi, his hold-up play was okay, but there was no movement. So we relied on Chamberlain and Robertson and Van Dijk. Van Dijk was even pushing forward a little bit into midfield, trying to create something. And it just didn't seem like we had it in the first half. Additionally, Fabinho looked excellent today. His switches were on point. He was trying to be creative. We had 1 or 2 good balls over the top. Fabinho, he's a good player. When he has a good game, you can see the qualities there. You have those fans. Some fans he'll have an off game, and the fans will just be like, what's wrong with Fabinho? I don't know. Everyone has an off game, but today Fabinho played well. His switch was there. He was pushing the ball forward, making space, and distributing the ball out wide to either Trent or Salah, whoever. He was doing his job. I think he did really well. Additionally, Nabi looked decent. He got an assist, and I think overall he looked good. He's strong. He's like surprisingly strong. Like you see players pressing him. He's almost like, I wouldn't say press resistant, but he just has very fine control of the ball in tight spaces. I think Nabi had a good game as well. Like I said, Chamberlain looked off. He had one good ball, like good lob pass up to Salah. And I think Trezeguet cleared it. That was a good chance. But overall, Chamberlain looked like he had a little bit of an off game. Again, he's a rhythm player, guys. You know what I mean? Let me know what you guys think about Chamberlain. He is a rhythm player. Like there's nothing else to it. If he gets in a good rhythm, he starts scoring goals. Like back in 17-18, when we were playing City, he was just on fire. He was just amazing. Like he was in a good rhythm, scoring goals, creating. He was doing excellent stuff. You know what I mean? And what's unbelievable for me is that Curtis Jones can come on and score. I mean, Curtis Jones, what an incredible young talent we have, especially him, Nico Williams, Harvey Elliott. So many good talents that we have to look forward to. You know what I mean? It's a great game. I enjoyed watching that second half. Like I was saying before, all the passes were a bit off. To be kind of honest, it was almost end to end at certain points in the game. Like the pace was good, but it was just kind of, that first half was just frustrating because every time we'd get into the final third, we'd make a bad pass or something. You know what I mean? But then the second half came around. Our passes were a little bit better. Trent was finding his men. Henderson was pushing the pace. We were getting those spaces, and over on the left, Robertson and Mane were hooking up a little bit better. Firmino had some nice 1-2s with Mane. And, Robertson was getting some crosses into the box. I mean, it looked good. It looked better. It looked way better than the first half. And like I said, Henderson pushing the pace. The Trent pass to Keita, I can't get over that. To thread that needle, beautiful, and then Keita's pass or Keita's, cross into the box. Mane's finish with the left foot, beautiful. And then, of course, Curtis Jones, man. You guys, you got to understand, Curtis Jones, absolutely remarkable. I mean, what do you guys think? Yeah, exactly. Great goal from Curtis Jones. I mean, we have so much to look forward to, guys, with Curtis Jones. I think Curtis Jones, Harvey Elliott, and Nico Williams will be next season continuously playing. Okay, I don't know if they're going to keep the 5 substitutions things. Who knows if that's going to be a part of the game next season? If you guys know any more about that, let me know in the chat. But what's really interesting is that Curtis Jones can come on and immediately make an impact, right? So can Nico Williams. So can Harvey Elliott. When you were looking at players, remember when like Ejaria was playing, Ben Woodburn, Rhian Brewster, he's good. He needs some more time to develop, but they didn't really come on and make too much of an impact. But then you look at these players and immediately, Curtis Jones, he obviously could have had better vision with that one run towards the end of the game where Henderson overlapped and went out wide. He could have passed it to him, but he's young. Right? He's young. Cut him some slack. What's unbelievable is that the talent that we have in our youth squad now, and a lot of people disagree with me on this. Let me know your opinions in the chat. I think we don't necessarily need to go out and buy depth players, even though I've said it before. We don't necessarily need to go out and spend money when you have promising players like Jones and Elliott and Nico Williams, especially at that right back spot. Because when Trent's not playing, you're looking at Gomez in that spot. You know what I mean? So with Nico Williams now coming in, we don't have to worry about that. Gomez can focus on staying at center back and really honing his skills. He had a way better game today. I know you guys can agree there. He had a way better game than he did against City. There were some points in the game. I thought Allison had a great game too. I thought there were some points in the game where, we looked a little shaky at the back. Maybe, Robertson pushed forward too much, maybe lost the ball, something like that. But, not near as bad as we were playing last week. And it just seems like we play better in Anfield. I mean, obviously, it's our home. We're used to the pitch a little bit more. A lot of good stuff happened today. Let me know what you guys think. I think for me, the second half was it was a tale of two halves. It really was. The first half, we were just struggling to get anything going. Our pass was off. We had moments where we were just giving the ball up, stupid passes. Origi tried to feed the ball into Mane, and it was just completely wide of him, But once Origi switched out wide, things kind of improved a little bit, mainly in the second half. You know what I mean? But then when Bobby came on, this is the difference between Origi and Bobby for me. When Bobby's in a game, his movement creates for our other players, for Salah, for Mane, for, Keita, or anyone pushing forward. Whereas Origi, if you go back and watch like the first half highlights, Origi doesn't really move when he's in that center forward spot. You guys know what I mean? He's kind of just like floating around. He's moving with the ball. He's shifting, and then he'll occasionally make a run, but he doesn't drop deep and pull Mings or whoever, or House or whatever his name was, with him into midfield. And so what happened, we were static. We were static in that first half. We relied on Van Dijk. We relied on Fabinho, Robertson a little bit, trying to push forward, and when you have defensive players trying to be creative, granted, Robertson and Trent can cross it. When you have those defensive players trying to be creative, we struggled. We made bad passes. Chamberlain was turning the ball over. They were on the counterattack, and it's not that they're bad players, because we've seen Origi come in and just be amazing. But, even Wijnaldum, I think Wijnaldum in the second half, Wijnaldum was struggling to keep possession of the ball, and he's always been a player that's good at keeping possession, okay? That's his bread and butter, is holding on to possession and pressing. I mean, he's really good at that. He's not the best creator. He's not going to get you, 20 goals a season, but he can play forward and he can push it, but he's a Henderson guy, but Henderson coming on for me was the difference maker. I think Henderson being able to push the pace and get the guys, to start playing quick, attacking, pressing football in the second half is really what made the difference, and all we needed was that one breakthrough, that one good pass from Trent over to Keita, Keita's cross to Mane. That's all we needed. And then ever since that goal, it was all us. You know what I mean? Alisson did have to make that save towards the end, but that's all right. That's all right. Let me know what you guys think. We're getting down towards the end here. I wanted it to be a shorter show, but I did want to break down the game because it was a good win. I think the announcer said something where like 22 matches unbeaten at home in the Premier League now. And that's remarkable. We just played better at Anfield, going away to City. We've beat City before, but when we went away, it just seemed, it's nuts how different we played, guys. It's absolutely nuts. Like, Man City were just deadly on the counterattack, and we didn't look like we knew how to put our left foot in front of our right foot. Like, our defending was just so off, and it didn't help that the penalty just ruined our momentum for the rest of the game. You know what I mean? Another thing I do want to bring up, I want to let you guys let me know what you think. Salah, right? I think Salah is a great player. Unbelievable. He completely just put us over the top when he came in. Love the guy. All right. All Liverpool fans, for the most part, love him. What do you guys think of him giving up the ball like frequently, like trying to dribble past a defender and then just getting pressed and giving up the ball, or making a bad pass and giving it up, or more so getting into the box and then really trying hard to win a penalty? Like, he flopped a little bit today. Let's be honest. I mean, good on him for trying to get a penalty. Like, nothing was going, we were trying to get something going and we couldn't, and he was trying to get us to the spot. So credit to him for trying to win a penalty. But, a lot of people say that Salah flops. You know what I mean? A lot of rival fans, I mean. And today it seemed like he was really overdoing it. But, maybe that was just me. Let me know what you guys think. Overall, I think it was just a great second half. Maybe not a great game overall, but a great second half. We really played our style of football. Van Dijk was great. Alisson, unsung hero today. He had some good saves. One shot right at him, but the save towards the end, and then he came out, he made that punch, and he like flipped over. I don't know who was the striker, maybe Davies or something, or Davis for Aston Villa, but coming out, punching the ball away. Absolutely great stuff from the squad today. We looked good, and we looked like champions. You know what I mean? We look like champions, y'all. And when you're champions, like, you may have an off game. Like, the guys were partying all week, and I said this on my last post-match analysis. They may have, with 2 days off, the report's saying Klopp gave him 2 days off. With that, and then with the partying, obviously they're not 100%. They're not all there, like, mentally. You're going to have an off game, especially going up against a team like City. Laporte was back. Talent, just pure talent. Phil Foden looked good. I'm not going to lie. So, but that's no excuse for 4-0. You know what I mean? But I don't know. It's weird how we can switch off like that. Like, we looked And it's only been in the away games. We looked similar against Man City to how we looked at when we played Everton. We just did not look like Liverpool, like at all. Something was off. And again, Robertson had a horrible game against City, but today he kind of bounced back a little bit. You know what I mean? Not necessarily, great. He gave up the ball a few times, but he did look a lot better. He was pushing forward, making runs. He had some good crosses into the box. And overall, guys, it was a great game. So again, if you enjoyed the live post-match analysis, give it a thumbs up, comment. And if you're new to the channel, of course, remember to subscribe. And let me know what you think of the post-match analysis videos, if you prefer these or pre-recorded, whatever you guys want. And of course, I love your thoughts in the comments. So whatever you thought about the game, let me know. Every fan reacts to games differently, and I love to hear every fan's opinion. So let me know. And other than that, guys, I appreciate you joining me. And until our next match, take care.